Adam bought a crappy little welder, so we're gonna try and put together an exhaust system for this thing. It's for at least a downpipe, so I can get the heat out of the firewall area. I'm not sure how we're gonna do this, because that's not really the bend I want. I'm almost thinking we can cut a part of this and just weld that right into the adapter on the engine, because the way it's set up now on the reason why I can't run this pipe in there without modifying it is because the little bastard, he comes out of the turbo like so. Right here is our flange for the turbo, okay? Well, he sticks out this much and then goes into bend just like this, and this part right here gets right in the way of the firewall, or rather the firewall gets in the way of it, vice versa. So what I'm thinking, if I can cut right about here and have this go over here, it'll just come out of the turbo, already come down, and get out of the way of the firewall. So we're going to try and make something. I think we'll just cut this end off and weld that on there. And so this will come down. Probably what we'll do is cut this in several pieces. I'll cut this end, cut it right here, and then right here. Okay, and what we'll do, maybe we'll just flip that so that it curves along the transmission. So we'll see how his welder does with that. That's fairly thin stuff, so it should weld it up just fine. This guy here, this muffler I bought not too long ago, we're going to use. So the way this is going to work, so this end here is 3-inch dual in. We're going to weld up one side, and then the other, I'm going to run a 3-inch pipe from the downpipe. It's going to go right to the thingamabobber. So actually what I'm going to do is when I cut this, I'll save this end. That end will end up going down there somewhere, or it will go on a straight piece, and then it'll be 3-inch inside diameter out, and then hits the muffler, goes over the one end, one side's welded up, and then we'll have dual tailpipes. It'll have dual pipes sticking out the side. I was going to do right out the back underneath the bumper, but that wasn't really going to work out so well because I got the second gas tank. But oh, a little bit of a rumbly there. You hear that? I love thunderstorms now. I hated them when I was a kid. So freaking, I forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, dual pipes. We're gonna weld it all up. This we're gonna have to fix because I fucked it up. But anyways, I'm gonna use that muffler. I think we should be fine in terms of the diesel exhaust. I mean, it's pretty much a straight through with a small baffle and just some little cones on it to make it swirl the exhaust or whatever. So that should sound interesting. I hope it is one of those mufflers where if you get the right amount of exhaust pressure in there, it makes it kind of have that rattly, like through a pop can sound when you freaking get on it. Dinosaur welding project. Would this look bad if I just took that and welded that to the hood of my truck after I welded it all up? Because the theme here is the truck's not burning off anymore dead dinosaurs and fish anymore. It's being a little more conservative. So I think it'd be hilarious if I welded this to my hood. What I think I'm going to do is take that pipe right there, once this thing cools down a little bit. If we can cut that end and use a bend on one of those, that pipe over there, we might be able to sneak it past the tranny. Just as long as it can go right in there and already start to go down, that'll be great, and I can do some work with the pipe. So yeah, might actually have to go buy a bend, an elbow or something. Probably maybe do that when I get paid. I really want to get an exhaust going this week so I can have that dumped down at the ground and then start thinking about how I'm gonna move it out towards the back. So I'm gonna cut some pieces off of that, and then I'll update you as I go. Okay, so here's the deal with this pipe. This fits right up in there. This, I don't need to cut any more of this. This is perfect. So this, as it is flat up against the back of the turbo, this fits around everything and clears the firewall and whatnot. So now what we need to do with this guy, not only clean that up, the face up so it seals better, but we'll need to somehow cut this weld. I might actually have to just freaking like put a grinder on it or something and just cut that weld off, get this out of here. And then the way this works is this pipe, take this guy right here, say this is, you're looking at it from the bottom, get your pipe here, it just needs to be somewhere right about here, just all the way freaking in there. So I'll grind the inside of this, bevel it, make it nice and smooth so it doesn't catch, and then Adam will just weld that up. I'll clean up the face with some sander, and then that will let us put a downpipe in there, and it goes in there like that, and then we have this pipe hanging down so we can put an end on it, and it just sneaks all along the transmission and everything. So really what we're doing is see, the pipe was originally like this. Okay, this was like that on the bread van, but I'm cutting it and flipping it so that I can use this bend, which is a little bit sharper than this. And so we got that end, and then I'll put a new, I probably won't even use that, but clean this up, round it out, and then we'll put a little bit of a, like a, I don't know, 30 degree, something that's kind of real, just subtle bend in that. And then that will then go out to our muffler. It will go to a 3-inch, so I'll put an adapter on it or something, or maybe we'll put this back on there because it already goes to 3-inch. I'll clean that up, we'll cut it flat, put it on there with a coupler and weld both sides. So I think that's kind of figured out for what I got figured out for a downpipe. Shoot, boy, I don't know where my freaking thingamajigger is. I'll show you how I got this all set up. Screws, mechanics wire, that should hold it. Ah, fuck. That was a really terrible. Check it out. Got it hammered on there. It's not pretty. It's pretty ugly. Yeah, I know. But we're gonna freaking get his welder, and we're just gonna. I'll probably maybe get some grinder stuff with the angle grinder there, and smoothing this out. Put a bevel on it or something. I don't know. Oh, just freaking weld it right up. See, I cut too down far. I want to be able to get a clamp on there, somewhat, just for now. But I'll just weld that right up. Actually, you know, if we put a weld down in there, it'll just freaking lock it right in there. I'll sand all this down, get this crap off of here. This pipe, see how thick it is? This is hard to work with. In fact, maybe we'll clean this up or something, and I might even have Adam just make put a weld right in there and then smooth it out or something. So it's kind of flared. But this fits. This fits up in there, it doesn't interfere, so I'm going to clean up this flange. I'm going to get a sander and just hold it there for about 20 minutes and just smooth this out as much as possible. It's not the best, it's a little banged up now, but it'll have to do donkey. Alright, the pipe's in there. You see how we're touching a little bit there? Well, that's because the pipe can't swing over to the tranny any further. So what I'm going to do is, you can see where it starts at that bend where there's a little bump? If I cut that off, it gets that bend out of there. It lets me swing that over, and then we'll be away from the firewall. And then what I'll do from there is just weld on a new 2.5 inch piece, but with an elbow. Like not a 40, maybe a 45. Something like that. And then that'll get us through the cross member and then to a freaking, you know, another intermediate pipe and then to the muffler. So now let's get the tools off here. Let's see how she sounds. So that's pretty much really all you need to do for a downpipe on this conversion. One thing I recommend is you take the heat shield off that would normally be there, and then what you would do is you can see where I've kind of bent back the metal a little bit. Just bend that back, and then on that pipe, like I said, down at the bottom where it starts to bend again, just cut that. It'll let you swing it over, and then you make your new bend, and you can do however you want for an exhaust. So that's about as far as I'm going to go on this little how-to/progress report video. I'll keep you updated when we do the welding stuff. I'll show you that too. But I'm going to edit this up and get it out to you guys so you got something to watch. And there we go. That's our start for an exhaust system.